Okay, what we're going to do today is mount a strain gauge on a soda can. We've got the soda can right here, and it's convenient that the lines on the label help us line up the strain gauge so it will be at an axis perpendicular to the axis through the can. Here's our strain gauge in a little plastic protective envelope. But the first thing I'm going to do is clean off the can with some degreaser in the area where we're going to mount the strain gauge. A little degreaser on a paper towel and wipe the area to remove any grease from fingerprints. All right, now I need to remove the strain gauge from the little folder. I can use tweezers and lay it down so that I want the shiny side up. Well, okay. The shiny side can be identified by the copper tabs. And I take a piece of Scotch tape and I will bend one end over on itself to create a little tab. Now with this, I can pick up strain gauge by bringing it down on top of the strain gauge, touching the strain gauge. Now we've got the strain gauge on the piece of tape. I now line up the edges of the strain gauge to the lines near the center of the can. All right. And I hold it down. Notice I only press it down on this end. You see the solder tabs on this end. I can now pull it back so that I've got right at the beginning of the strain gauge right next to the can. The next step, you open that glue, is to put a small drop of glue at that interface. You don't want a whole lot, just a little bit. Right there at the interface. Then you take your finger and you squeegee it just like that. That will squish glue evenly underneath the strain gauge. Now you let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then we'll come back for the next step.